Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime and in between time, I'm going to give some shout outs to the early birds, starting with Dun 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 Connie. What's up, Connie Hodge? China Carter. What's up, China? African Native, what it do? Who we got here? Mike Nice, salute. 20 twin. Salute. Ohio, what's up? GT8. Diane Thomas, hello. Who is that? Angelina Knox. What's up, Michigan? Michael Stewart, what it do? What's up, Rob? Robert Simmons. Sway's channel. Ronnie Keller, what's happening? Who is that? Is that Cahill? Lowe? Kyle, never seen that name before. DJ, what it do? Travel Girl. And I see John Clark checking in from Cincinnati. Ronnie Keller, going in. Donald Trump, your president. Looks like he's been caught in another lie, fam. You know, the other day, just yesterday, Trump was talking about how Iran was ready for a ceasefire. They had sent him a gift, and it was a nice gift and everything. And it seemed like he's talking to the right people. Apparently, he's talking to the wrong people, because a general in Iran says, "We ain't talking to you, man. Stop lying on us. We ain't talking about no damn ceasefire. We trying to get y'all all this smoke." Yeah, man. So let me pull up the article right quick. This is in NPR. Iran rejects Trump's proposal to end the war and lays out 5 conditions. Now, if they was already talking about let's talk, why would Iran be going to the media if they want to talk, if they're ready to talk? And they had already bowed down, and the U.S. had already won the war, and they already destroyed all of their military. How is it that Iran is still letting off missiles? Iran's government on Wednesday rejected President Trump's plan for ending the war and vowed to continue fighting until at least a list of Iran's own conditions are met. Iran's demands include war reparation payments and recognition of Iranian sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz. The back and forth proposals came even as Israel is intensifying its fight against Iran and Iranian-backed Hezbollah militants in Lebanon, and as Trump administration is sending thousands of Marines and army troops to the region. The Iranian parliament speaker said he believes that Iran's enemies are preparing to occupy an Iranian island. So what are the demands? That's what we want to know. See, because so far, Trump has been the only one making demands. They're going to have to give us this. They're going to have to do this. And we're going to choose their next leader. And we've killed everybody. If you killed everybody, well, who are you negotiating with? If you killed everybody, you ain't got to negotiate. Anyway, fam, here are the list of demands. This is straight from the Iran embassy. Iran's conditions to end the war. Okay, they want an end to aggression by the enemy. That would be the United States and Israel. They want concrete guarantees preventing the recurrence of war. Clear determination. Guaranteed payment of war damages and compensation. Comprehensive end to the war across all fronts, including against all resistant groups. That's what they want. That's what they want. They say they're going to get it, or it's going to be some trouble down here in this country town. Yeah, man. Iran said ain't no damn ceasefire, man. We ain't said nothing about no damn ceasefire. Stop believing that dude. They ain't say it like that, but that's what they were saying. Like, I just wonder why when Trump be lying like this, is it just one of those things when he just tell these lies? He don't even, because that was a time when if somebody lied, the idea was to tell a lie to get over, right? You lie to try to get over, right? You want to lie and you tell a lie that somebody can't easily disprove, right? That was the idea, like lying. This dude would lie when he knows everybody knows what the truth is. He will still lie and hold on to that lie. And every time he does something, keep this in mind, fam. Trump is always, or he purports to be, in total control at all times. But every time something goes awry, he always finds somebody to conveniently blame. Oh, it's the Democrats. Oh, it's Barack Obama. Oh, it's Joe Biden. Oh, Pete, you told me that you're the one who told me to go to war. Remember we talked? You told me to do it. Threw old Pete Hegseth smooth under the bus. And Pete just took it. He just took it. Instead of saying, yeah, we had a conversation, man, but President, you make all decisions. Like I've always said, it was your decision. This is your administration. And I just follow the rules. Whatever you say, when you change the rules at your convenience, I follow the rules. So this is all on you. Now, that Iranian general who rejected the U.S. and Trump's claim that Washington had already won the war against Iran, his name is General Fadavi. General Fadavi. And in an interview, he said, if the enemy had truly won the war, it would not be gathering the world for mediation. He also claimed that Trump has been trying since Tuesday to secure a ceasefire announcement. Yeah. Now, these remarks come after Trump said the United States had effectively won the war against Iran in the first few hours of the conflict. Remember? Though he did add that American forces would not withdraw until their objectives were fully achieved. Now, something tells me that their objectives were just to bomb Iran, shoot up the gas prices, shoot up oil prices, so that his buddies could make some wages, make a whole bunch of money, sell a whole bunch of drones and stuff. His drones, his son-in-law and his son, they went into a drone business. Although they knew nothing about drones, they went into business right before the war with a company that produces drones. And I guess those drones were being used in Iran. I would think that, it was special. Some everybody was making moves and getting money. Even Barron got him some money out of the deal. They say Barron put up $30 million and right before the war, put up $30 million on oil stocks and hit a good lick, hit him a nice little lick. Daddy pulled the trigger on the war. And, even though some people got killed, people had to die for him to get the money. Hey, you know how that go, fam. They're going to give him a medal or something like that. Get a family a medal and everything all good, Recognize them, just give them a call. Mr. President, they'll cry. Some of them they'll cry harder. If Trump called them, they'll cry harder than they did when their son died. Yeah, fam. They'll cry even harder. Yeah. So here we are, fam. Here we are, with another Trump claim, and that has been knocked down by Iran. Iran said, we ain't calling no ceasefire. I don't know where y'all get that from. We didn't start it. We didn't start the fight, but we're going to end it. We're going to make sure that before y'all ever try to strike us again, that that we ain't the ones. We ain't Iraq. Iran is like 3 times bigger than Iraq. They're 3 times bigger, but they're not just 3 times bigger, they're 3 times badder. That counts the most. And like Iraq, they were not afraid to fight back. Iran was not afraid, and they don't even have the kind of might that Iran has. Iraq doesn't have the might Iran has, but they still fought back vigilantly. So what did they think was going to happen if they bombed on Iran? That's that arrogance. But that's what happens usually when you're dealing with bullies. A bully mess around and go a little too far, get his head knocked off. And then he's ready to call a truce and get on up out of there. He's ready to be friends again. Now he want to be friends after he get his head knocked off. So that's where we are, fam. Donald Trump, your president, has gotten caught in a lie. Who is he negotiating with? Because Iran says the leadership, the general, it's the general. He ain't negotiating. We ain't negotiating with him. So I don't know where you get that lie from. We ain't said nothing about no negotiating. We ain't agreed to negotiate nothing. We want some action. We want that smoke. Now y'all gonna give us these demands, or else it's gonna be some more problems. So Iran has 5 conditions. If you're just not joining family, Iran has 5 conditions for ending the war after rejecting the United States of America's ceasefire deal. They have 5 conditions. One of the conditions that I thought was rather honorable, just super, super honorable, was, hey man, you're going to pay us for all of this damage you've done. Everything that you destroyed in our country, you're going to pay us for it. We want reparations for that. It's only fair. You come over here tearing up our stuff, man, destroying everything, man, dropping bombs everywhere, destroying our infrastructure, destroying our schools, killing our babies. You got to pay for that. Reparations for the buildings, the streets, the bridges, the homes, and reparations for the lives. Although you can't really put a price on a life, the families has suffered greatly. And at the very least, that should be monetary compensation. You can't just go around just killing people and thinking it's cool. Just killing people just because you can. Because that's what it looks. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, fam. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's just what it looks like to me. It just looks like somebody who he said he attacked. Trump said he attacked Iran because he thought Iran was going to attack him. Now, family, think about what I just said. Think about what I just said. He said he attacked Iran because he thought Iran was going to attack the United States or Israel. First of all, he knew damn well Iran was not going to attack the United States. He knew that for a fact. Israel, a different story, but he also knew they was not going to attack Israel because Israel had the backup of the United States. And he already knew that the United States was anxious, has been anxious for a long time to go into Iran. So they didn't want to give the United States an excuse to come into Iran. They didn't want that smoke. So for him to say that he thought Iran was going to attack America, come on, fam. Nobody believes that. Nobody believes that. Imagine you or I. Let's say you or I, we had a beef with somebody. And let's just say we was arguing with somebody or whatever. And you know what? Let's just call it neighbors. Let's say neighbors. Let's say we had a neighbor. We had a neighbor we just don't get along with. And we've had some words and everything before. But we've never attacked each other physically. There's never been any physical conflict, just a bunch of talking, bunch of words. So one day you just decide, you know what? Let me go on bomb on these fools before they try me. Let me kill them. Let me just start killing the whole family before they try to kill me and my family. How y'all think that would work out if you go to court with that argument? How do you think it'll work out if you went to court with that argument? How do you think that would work? Your ass going to jail for a long time. You are going to jail and they'll probably kill you. They'll probably give you the death penalty. But if you're the president, you can kill people on a hunch because you thought they might try to kill you. You can kill them. You can send an army to bomb on a country and kill hundreds and thousands of innocent people and never be held accountable for it. Like nobody holds you accountable. That's why they hate us, fam. So when they start talking about death to America, these people that say, well, they're saying it's death to America. They're saying death to America. I think you would probably say death to America too if America caused so much death and destruction to you and your family and your homeland. Death to America. That it's not coming out of thin air. They're not just saying it just because they hate us. They're not just saying it because they're haters. They're saying it because America has a long history of subjugation, oppression, sanctions against the Iranian people that have caused them to suffer immeasurable losses. for decades. That's why they say dead to America. It ain't coming out of nowhere. At this moment, Iran is saying, don't start none, won't be none. Don't start none, won't be none. Yeah. See, but America's already started some. So now Iran is saying, okay, you want us to stop? You want us to open up the Strait of Hormuz? You want us to open up the Strait of Hormuz? Okay. Well, this is what this is what we want. You want us to stop bombing on your allies? This is what we want. Remember, Trump has been made all of the demands. He's been making demand after demand after demand for all of these countries. Got his eye on Cuba next. Cuba, I don't know how they're going to get out of this, because it seems like they've been amping that talk up about Cuba for a minute. So it looks like they want to transition. It looks like they want to try to end the war with Iran so that they can focus on Cuba. That's what it looks like to me. And that's cold-blooded because, you know, a lot of Americans like traveling to Cuba. Cuba is a culturally rich country. And Americans ain't got no problem with Cuba. But the American government is something different. I wonder why. I wonder why they have such contempt for little old Cuba. What's that about? He wants to go take over Cuba. Say, I can do what I want to do with it. Once I take it, I can do what I want to do with it. Family, just imagine. Again, I'll use the neighbor analogy. Just imagine there's a neighborhood that you like. You drive through the neighborhood, you like that neighborhood. Nice houses over here, man. This is nice. Ooh, this is good. This is nice right here. It's better than my neighborhood. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bomb on everybody and just take everything they own. I'm just gonna take their land. I'm gonna take it. And nobody's gonna stop me from taking it. I will say this, fam. Overall, most of these countries are cowards. They're led by cowards. This is why America has been able to do all the things that it has done throughout the years to Black people. No country, including countries in Africa, has ever stood up for Black people in this country. No country. There has been some countries who have, you know, claimed to be friends of the Black people in America. And, you know, I think Libya probably came the closest to, you know, offering some type of aid. But nobody, no country has said, if y'all don't get y'all act together with Black people, we're gonna ride on y'all. No country has ever said, you know, we finna come in here and we're gonna initiate regime change. Yeah, we're gonna take your president out. No country has ever done something like that. No country has ever dared to do something like that. But America does it all the time. America's always talking about regime change, taking over a country, putting somebody in there that they can trust, destroying other countries, bombing on them, you know, in the name of liberating the people, knowing damn well they don't care nothing about the people. The Americans overall, the country, the government overall, they don't care about Black people. They don't even have a heart like that. So why would they have a heart for people that live on the other side of the water that they have no real connections to? Why would they care? You know, other than, you know, the political and financial gains that they can get from those countries. They have no desire to help those people. So why would you believe that they're going to liberate a country they're going to liberate some people when they don't, when liberation is not for, even for all right here in America. When right here in America, every day they practice oppression in America, right here, every day. I heard D.L. Hughley say that in regards to Iran, we try to pretend that we are not what they are, what we say they are. We try to pretend that that's not us. But who's responsible for more terrorism around the world? They talk about how much of a threat Iran is. They talk about how much of a threat Iran is to the world. But let's look at the numbers. Who's invaded more countries? Who has been active in wars in more countries than anybody in the world? United States, 192 times, 192 times out of 195 countries, United States have occupied other countries and fought and spilled blood. Iran ain't even close. They're not even in the discussion. But Iran is the world's greatest threat. Iran is the terrorist, the most terrorist regime in the world today? Man, get out of here, man. I was born at night, not last night. Let me back up. I was born in the morning, not this morning. Yeah, I was born in the morning, not this morning. Going into the comments. William Smith, what's up? Gary Branch. Fire Lucky Ducky. What's up, Lucky Ducky? Yeah, and then they hide behind religion. They've been hiding behind religion all these years. Somebody should have caught their snap by now. Wait a minute. I wouldn't even believe them. I wouldn't believe their religion. I wouldn't trust it. Because you got pastors behind the pulpit talking about how they wish certain people who are running for political seats die, get killed. You got people that call themselves Christians. They're out there playing with children and all kinds of stuff. They're running for office and getting elected. And you got the other ones who are already in office messing with these children. These people don't care nothing about no God, man. These people don't serve, these people serve the devil. It's just like when they come up with something called the Board of Peace. When they're doing everything in their power to be the opposite of peace. The Board of Peace right now, every day, is talking about war. They say the Board of Peace to throw you off, but it really should be called the Board of War. So when these people start hollering about how Christians and God and this sort of, you got to question the source. A lot of these people are devils. They just say God to throw you off. They say God to throw you off. They talk about Christianity to throw you off because they know that there are people out there that really do believe in God, and there are really people out there that are real, really do believe in Christianity and practice loving thy neighbor. See, they practice trying to be good people, good human beings. They know that. So what they do is they kind of just tether themselves with those people. And so they get over by association. For a lot of these people, they ain't no different from a regular race hustler, a regular pimp, a regular pastor just going to get a church because it pays. They go. A lot of these guys that got these churches, They only got these churches so they can make some money. They only got the churches so they can make some money and also to control people and sleep with the women and the little girls, and some of them are little boys in the churches. That's right. I said it. I know you. I know you. Yeah. Yeah. Some of them, they only become pastors and they only get in there just so they can have control of people's minds. Only to get in there just so they can have that type of control. They be power tripping. They get in there to get control of people's minds, get in there so they can sleep with the women in the church. You know, yeah, fellas, if you got a woman and she's a Christian woman or whatever she is, if she going to church, you better go with her. You better not send her to that church house by herself. You send her in that church, she gonna be listening to the pastor more than she listening to you. And she gonna be agreeing with him, everything he say. He gonna say, take them panties off, Miss Patterson. Pastor, are you sure? Is that godly? Well, I talked to God about it and I prayed on it. And he told me you should take your panties off and let me pray on them. Those are prayer panties you got on, Sister Patterson. Next thing you know, yeah, I'm telling you, fam. Hey, look, for all of the people out there that's doing righteous, all of the pastors out there that's on the right track, you're really in the business of saving souls. You good people, I rock with you. That's a tough business to be in. It's an admirable business to be in if you are really in the business of saving souls, and if that's what you do. But for the rest of y'all, I know y'all too. I know your type. I know your type. It's all a hustle. It's one big hustle for you. And the women in the church are some of the most gullible women in the world. And they'll get them pastors their last dime, their last penny. They'll give them the last penny. They'll give them the deed to their home. I'm not making this up, fam. This is what I've seen. I've witnessed this type of stuff happen. Yeah. Tell the pastor all your business. And it's not just the pastor. It's the deacons. And also, here we go. Watch this, fam. I'm finna tell you a big one right here. I'm finna give you a big one. The what do they call them? What do you call those guys in the church that deal with couples? Marriage counselors. Yeah, those. Yeah, the marriage ministers and the marriage and the couples ministers. Family, I've seen real life situations. I got at least one friend, a personal friend, who went to couples therapy at the church with his wife. They're talking to the minister, telling the minister all their problems. And the minister stepped right on in and took his wife. That's a true story. But you know how they say, you lose them just like you get them. They lasted about 3-4 years, had a baby, divorced. You know why? Because the relationship was built in sin. The foundation of their relationship was a lie. The very foundation was built on a lie, built in sin, built on mistrust. I've never seen those type of relationships last for a long time. Those relationships, they always fall apart. In relationships, you already have trust issues, oftentimes, that are remnants of old relationships, right? You know, we say don't bring back old baggage into a new relationship, and that is true, but it's difficult to do. So most people, they can't do it. And even when somebody is really, really good at doing it, you know, they might be quicker to shut down or cut you off if they see any type of sign that remotely reminds them of that person that hurt them. These marriage counselors in the church, these couples counselors, singles, ministers, these dudes, a lot of these dudes are snakes. Snakes. And I don't trust them. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.